Good morning, everyone. Even though it's not morning, but it is morning somewhere. So, welcome back to Bear's Workshop. We are going to do the 220th Flyover video of the Nikola factory in Coolidge, Arizona. So, welcome. We got 28 people on. We got 16 likes. Good ratio. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. See, we got Pat G on and Javier Calderon. Pat brings up the stock price. Off to a great start today. Yeah, it sure was a great start. Almost $9. Let's take a look and see what we got going on over here. Closed at 779, but we were up to 897 at one point, and opened at 815. Got as low as 776. Came back a couple pennies. Hello, John's Touchpad. Good to see you. So it looked like it was going to be a great day for Nikola, and then the market itself kind of went down. No news that I know of. It is what it is. That's what's going to happen a lot. So what do you guys think of the earnings? Excited? Disappointed? 48 trucks delivered, which is great. I put out a tweet last week regarding what they need to do. They expect production to be 5 a day. Let me see if I can find that little tweet that I did. I put all the little numbers in there. Let's see. So the stated goals was 300 to 500 for this year. Nikola expects to make 5 trucks per shift by the time we get to November, till the end of quarter. So let's say, assuming beginning of November, they're doing 5 trucks per shift. That's 8 weeks left in the year times 4 shifts per week, and that's 5 trucks per shift. So that's 160 trucks for the last 2 months. They need, 60 to 75 is their stated goal for this quarter. So let's take 60, and we know they've already made 48. So we've got 160, 48, and then the 60 would be the quarter 3 minimum. And with the 160, they would only need to make 32 trucks in October. 4 shifts or 4 weeks to do that in October. So they would only need to make 8 trucks a week, but I think they can do more than that. So 32 trucks if they hit their goal for the third quarter, 32 trucks in October, and then 80 trucks a month in November, in December, and then that reaches the 300. So very achievable. So I think that looks good. So I'm excited that they're meeting their goals. Won't talk about Lucid that much, but they obviously did not meet their goals. And we'll probably talk more about that on Wednesday when we do the live stream. And the disappointingness of that and their quality issues. But Nikola seems to be on the track that they said they will be. So everything right now is good as far as that is concerned. So let's take a look. Just do a quick refresher. This is the site plan. You guys can't see anything that's written over here. Sorry. It's just really too small. The best I can do is maybe give you a little zoom for a minute. Let's see here. My zoom ain't working. Oh, there we go. There we go, right there. So you guys can read that for a moment. The building's 100, battery pack 200 and 201. Manufacturing 202, which is a long way off, would be paint and trim. Welding is also a bit off for right now. We're looking a couple years out. Administration building, that's the building in the middle, that's 300. Security is 400. 500 is the electrical substation. 600 a central utility complex. And I'll zoom out as I'm reading it to you. You guys can see the actual buildings. 700 is a future supplier building. 800 is being built right now, almost finished, and so is 801, which is the wash station and the dyno station. H2 assembly, 802, which is we don't see anything out there yet for that. And that's just that's a phase to be determined. So it's 803, which is PDI, and 804, which is a repair building, and then the future R&D, and don't forget this one, hydrogen fill and future generation, and that says phase 3. So just give you a quick reminder of all of that, and we will start the stream if I can find it. Let's see here. I don't know where it went. How do you like that? There we go. From the beginning, our gracious warning. All right, we've got 68 people on. Likes need to go up. Come on, Marco, I know you're on here. Go ahead and hit that like button. Always a look back at the progress over time so that we have something to reference this on. This is May of last year. Seems like it wasn't that it doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but yeah, quite a bit ago. September of last year, laying out phase 1. November of last year, all the steel is up. Let's see. Do you think many retailers sold today at the high? Yeah, I think that they did. A lot of people sold, so. Any word on Nikola buying any land? I have not heard anything about that. I know that the lease that they got on this is extremely cheap. It comes with commitments. I think it was like close to free as long as they met certain requirements and things of that nature. But honestly, I don't remember exactly what the terms were. But no, I have not heard about any other land. But it's also, they're also well suited for this property. They still have a lot of room to expand, and they don't need as much room as, say, like Lucid would. And Lucid is buying up property all over the place. There is our Twitter handle right there. You guys want to go ahead and follow us on Twitter. It's at Bears Workshop. Javier says, an LOI of Walmart for 300 FCEVs to be announced soon in September. Check your Twitter. And Javier also was mentioning that the company that he works at, let's see, what did Javier say? Oh, he retracted it. Okay. I thought he said something earlier about 100 LOI going to be announced soon. Let's see if I can find anything on that Nikola and Walmart and the FCVs. Let's see. Well, I don't see anything popping up right away, but let's take a look at the video. You see we've got some new trucks out here. There was a couple that had new numbers on them. So they have put out a couple more trucks, at least put them outside. Like I've said in the past, I don't know what's inside, but I've seen so many cabs come in and then or get delivered and then go in that we know that there's got to be some stuff going on inside that we just can't see. It's also a decent amount of frames, and it looks like some of these cabs are also taken away, either put in the other pile or brought inside. On the left here, we can see boxes of parts. Right over here is wheels and tires. These are brackets and other types of parts wrapped up here. In the plastic wrap is a bunch of fifth wheel hitches, the hitches that they use. And this is the top of two cabs. We don't know what the story is with that, but it's just the top parts of the cabs. And these are the cabs as they come in after they've had the wrapping taken off of them. And then they are assembled, they are further assembled inside the factory. That's the battery building on the right. That's where they store their batteries, because you have to have a place to safely store your batteries. And over here we can see piles of frames. I didn't count the cabs or the frames today, but you can see there's quite a few frames there. Stacks of 2 and 3. Occasionally 4 are stacked, but it looks like they come in oftentimes in a 3-pack right there. I wonder if they get a discount for a 3-pack. Pat G says Inditex. That's right. That is Javier's company. He's talking about an LOI of 100 with an announcement coming soon. Deeps, my average is 717. Do I sell? That's up to you. I don't give financial advice. There's another look back at all the materials that are building up there. You know they probably won't keep all this stuff outside once they get this factory fully built out. But you never know. You never know. There's no reason why the cabs can't be outside or need to get in the frames. They'll spend their entire life outside. So it just seems to make sense. Going towards the front, you can see on the left that was the extended employee parking lot, and that's starting to get filled up. They increased their employee count from first quarter to second quarter by over 100 people. Security building there on the left, and there's our front view. So we've got 750 kilowatts of solar panels right there. And over here, phase 2 construction. It looks like they've got all of the footings in. They are working on the perimeter grade beam, and that is what appears to be going up next. You can see it just a swing over to the right. That's the pond that they use to get water to keep the dust down. Future road extensions will be off of that right there. That'll be a future entrance also at some point. And at some point they'll be building their like monument sign that they put out there. That will be a big old sign that says Nikola. Maybe have some flashing lights or something. As we swing back, we can see the phase 2 construction again, and we're going to come in and take a really good look at that in a moment. This area right here is going to be where their office building is eventually going to be, either up here or over here. Keeps changing. But there's the perimeter grade beam. Zooming in on that now, you can see that right there. They're working on that section of it right now. And you can see like there's plenty of guys taking care of whatever they need to do. There's the wall bridge sign. They are the general contractor for this particular spot on the construction. You see there's water still in some of the footings. We've had a decent monsoon season, not like horribly rainy and floody and storms that tear down all of our trees, but just a decent amount of rain at night. Which is not common for our monsoon, but it's nice. 2 years ago, we had no rain whatsoever come through in the summer. We had no monsoon season. Now you can see over here, it looks like, and this is just a guess for me, because I don't see this in the plans, but it looks like this could be another utility room right here. It looks like they're going to frame out for some walls, but you see a lot of piping coming in. Of different types. You've got electrical, and you've got, or easily could be water of some sort. So it looks like there might be another utility building or room there. And then we've got all the piping on the side. That might just be for drainage, or it could be for sewer, or who knows what. And I could just be making things up. I kind of do that sometimes when I'm bored. Getting over here to the north side, you see they've done some of the perimeter grade beam. They still have a couple of footings to pour. It looks like there's a couple empty ones there. All right, there you see a couple of trucks on the charger. Those The one on the right appears to definitely be a test truck because it's got the magnetic sticker on the side with the USDOT number on it. The one on the left, I did not see that on there. All right, you guys in the chat, be nice to each other. All right, it's just a conversation. There's the number 1 Iveco truck. You see it on the front there. That is not Iveco anymore, obviously. And we've got the truck number 9. These are all the test trucks that they've been putting out there. Sakir says, looks like extra restrooms. It's possible, but not probable, but just because there was way too much going in there as far as electrical pipes. The gray pipes are electrical, and there's just too much going in there, unless they're going to have a really nice bathroom. And you never know. So they've got that retention area right there. They put a lot of work into this retention area. They actually put concrete on the sides. So it might be something a little bit more than a retention basin. See, a couple of trucks are over here on the mobile chargers. There's 2 of them there, even though you can only see 1 right now. We're just going to take a spin on the track and maybe take a quick glance at the 2 trucks there. There you go. There's 4 chargers over there with 1 generator, 1 large diesel generator. I know that seems kind of ironic, but until the factory's built out, that's what you got to use. Pat likes the wrap of the first truck. Yeah, it was kind of cool, but it still said Iveco on it. So here's a spin around the track, and you can see that they're still doing some grading. I'm not exactly sure what the plans are, whether or not they're going to make this test loop any wider. And haven't been able to really measure it, but it kind of looks like it's 2 lanes to me. They could make it larger, not sure. But like I said, they've got aggregate down that was put down around the outside, on the inner and the outside of that loop. I really don't think there's more paving going on, but I don't know for sure. Deep says he found out wraps don't last long, a few years. Yeah, that is true. Oh, by the way, this is I'm gonna just answer Deep's comment real quick. It is true, wraps do not last forever. Usually a good wrap will last about 5 years, but that's why I've never wrapped a car. One of the reasons, because hey, if it's going to be off there in 5 years and you pay $2 to $3 grand, that's not worth it. So we took a little spin down the canal here, just for fun, because it was. I saw a comment a couple of days ago, and I've seen this comment before. Why would you build a factory where there's no water? Arizona does not have a water issue. I know we're in the middle of the desert. I know it gets to 118 degrees every year. It's gotten more than that. We don't have a water problem. We probably have the best water setup out of almost any state in the union. Maybe not Alaska, because they got a lot of water. But we don't have water shortages. I lived here 30 years. I lived in other places where you had to restrict water. Can't water your lawns, can't wash your cars. Never had that here. Never. We've had our some of our reservoirs start to run low, and they start talking about it. But we have a very good allotment of water from the Colorado River, and we have a plan that's in place with 4 other states about extracting water from the Colorado River. We kind of get the most. We also have a large amount of underwater aquifers, and whenever we have extra water, we've taken our allotment of the water, and we don't need it. We store it in underground aquifers. When I say we, I just mean they. But Arizona has a lot of underwater caverns that are just filled with water. Water is not an issue here. It's a very well laid out city and state. Let's see. Yeah. We also as far as the water goes, the Central Arizona project, if canal, if anyone has anything that they want to look up on that, look up the Central Arizona project. It's a canal that runs across Arizona and delivers water all over the state. That's why we have so much green right there. It comes from the Central Arizona project canal. You guys don't have a water issue because population is low. Our population is really not low. I mean, it's not concentrated except for the Phoenix Valley. So since we're talking about population, let's see, Arizona population. Let's see, 7.4 million. 14th most populous state. Phoenix population. And I'll go do the Phoenix area. 4.6 million. And I would consider Coolidge part of that metro area. You know, it's just probably about 30 miles away. But Phoenix is probably, the Phoenix metro area is probably about 80 miles across. And Coolidge is just to the south of that. And yes, I did restart the video. We don't have low population. Unless you're comparing it to some of the to the largest cities in the world. Yeah, then we're small. But definitely not a water problem here. Walterman 66, Walter something 66. What news might be forthcoming from Nikola? All right, my guess is, and I've said this before, is that there's going to be announcements forthcoming, and these are all guesses. I have no inside knowledge of more LOIs, more orders, more deliveries. There'll be progress on the hydrogen plant. They still have to announce their Arizona location, so we're still waiting on that. But I expect more orders and firm orders also for the BEV, for the Nikola BEV. I think they're going to come in and they're going to be orders of hundreds at a time. Could be 100 here, 100 there. Javier mentioned 300 from Walmart for the FCEV. But that still is going to be a year and a half out before those are going to be delivered. Nell deal. I don't know if there's going to be any Nell deal. That would be good, but we'll have to see what happens. I haven't really heard much about that. Deep said, I could see a buyout happening someday. A buyout of Nikola or Nikola buying someone else out? Because I don't think anyone's going to buy out Nikola until the Trevor Milton debacle is over. Penny, nope. I do not get inside information. I sometimes get inside information on construction, but I can't disclose that stuff because I've been sworn not to. But I don't have any inside knowledge of orders or production or anything of that nature. And if I was sworn to secrecy on that, I wouldn't tell you, but I would tell you if I knew. But I don't know. No, Nikola's not selling. That's what Green Arrow says. He spoke to Jason Royce on Saturday, and they're just getting started. No deal was about the $49 million investment everyone was talking about. Okay. I don't see anything happening with anyone trying to buy out Nikola right now. I think just because of the past things that people would be hands off. I mean, it could be interesting, but I don't think they'd get the value of what they actually have yet. So that's my take on it. Anyone else have a different opinion? And those are boxes and boxes of parts, crates, and other things like that. Let's see here. Somebody's messaging me on Twitter trying to send me something right now. Okay. Let's see. Let me just take a look at this real quick. All right. Apparently, I got a message from Jake from State Farm. So, all right. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. That's an old one from May. Okay. Talking about Covenant and Delta Airlines. All right. So what else you guys got going on? It might be a short day today. Our flight was kind of short. There wasn't much going on there. We will be doing a live stream tomorrow on me and Brian from Fast Charging. We do, or Brian from My Tesla Weekend, we do Fast Charging with B&B, which is where we talk about all things Nikola, and we will be talking about Nikola's earnings again tomorrow. We'll be talking about Lucid, I'm sure, and a bunch of other things, because we like to do that. You guys get a chance, please hit that like button. Also, we'll be doing a live stream on Wednesday of the Lucid site. We'll be doing the same thing that we're doing here. Sakir says, if Tesla Semi fails, I see Elon buying Nikola. I don't think the Tesla Semi is going to fail. I think the only reason they're not making that is because they're focusing on other things. The Semi is not going to be a big money maker for them, especially at the price that they priced it at. They're going to have to be raising that price soon also. But that, regardless of that, they're not going to fail on that. They're just putting their resources where they need to put it. Pat G says, okay, I think I'm talking Spanish or something. I was asking about the $49 million electrolyzer deal with Nell. Everybody was thinking about Nikola being the partner. I'm out. Okay, Pat, yes, you're right. I'm sorry, I was just focused on other things, but I still think that is Nikola, and that will be coming up. That's going to be announced soon, but that's probably going to be announced at the same time when they announce the Arizona location. Deep Sync's a company that has a lot of experience setting up an assembly line and sales would be interested. Well, here's the thing. The people that work for Nikola, they do have a lot of experience. A lot of the people that they brought in, Mark Duchesne, for example, has a lot of experience on setting up production lines. That's what he does, and that's what he's always done. Remember how fast GM bought Saturn and ran them into the ground? I thought GM created Saturn and then ran them into the ground. Javier asks, are we flying Lucid today? Yes, we've already flown. We will have a video out within an hour or two after this ends. And RAS or RA Skeeterman says, hello, Bear. Going to hit that like button. Thank you. I'll look for that to show up any second now. He said Tesla's big scale infrastructure isn't there to support semi-charging yet. Nikola is small enough where it makes sense. And here we are flying over phase 2 again. All right. So, like I said before, we've got a live stream tomorrow. We got a live stream on Wednesday. So I hope you guys are all going to join. And and we will have that Lucid live stream later today. Oh, wait, my drink. I need it. You're drying me out. You guys got any other questions, please throw them into the chat. We're going to probably cut this a little short today. We're going to reach out 30 minutes right now, which is great. We made it on this mostly uneventful flyover. Let's see, Walterman, or Walter66. I recently caught a trucker video YouTube. Nikola out of Rochester, New York. He seems to like the incentives that New York offers him, but he's only just checking out an EV is still just a scary idea for him. I was just looking at that one. Actually, I want to recommend that to you guys. Give me a second here. I'm going to give you the name of this company, and he's got a page out there, and you guys are going to want to see this. And let's see, Flint Creek Transport. He did a video on the Nikola tray, and this was from 4 days ago. See if I can get his page. See if I can post this in here.
Come out and experience his truck.
Gotta turn off that video. I don't know if it'll let me put that in the chat. You guys take a look at that video. Flint Creek. You guys are all going to want to see this. Talks about the truck, and he also talks about a couple of things that as investors and as just like electric vehicle fans, you don't think about. Because he's a truck driver and he owns his own truck company, apparently. I'm not sure. I don't know what his background is, but he makes a decent amount of videos on trucks. So I know he's a truck driver. I'm assuming he's the owner. But he did this video on the Nikola tray, and he just brought up different questions that I never would have asked because I'm not a truck driver. So take a look at that. He does a test drive in one of the trays, and I know he was in truck number 22. He's at a dealership where they have them for sale. So that's a good watch. 27 minutes, but all of it was good. Skeeterman wants to know if Nikola is going to fall below $6 in the near future with this economy. I do not have my crystal ball. I'm looking for it, so I couldn't tell you. I mean, I like where it's at right now. They've got all their bad news behind them, most except for, the whole Trevor thing. So unless the entire economy goes down, I don't see Nikola going back down. But hey, the way it is right now, you never know where things are going to go from day to day. Let's see. Shane says, if this climate bill goes through, potentially how much can companies save by purchasing Nikola trucks for tax relief? From my understanding, they would get $40,000 in a federal tax credit. I'm not sure if that is a refundable tax credit or a non-refundable, but it's very possible that will be refundable now because that's the way they are changing it, which means you can get the tax credit right away. It's not something that has to offset your taxes. George Seeley says, I have a friend who started working there. He won't tell me anything. Some friend. Are you talking about Nikola? Or Lucid? Because Lucid is tight-lipped. I saw a picture of inside the Lucid factory that was sent to me off of Twitter, and I went to go find the picture for the company that posted it, and because I wanted to see if it was still up, if it was still public, and it had already been removed. It looked like someone took a picture in the Lucid factory, put it up on Twitter, and then it was promptly deleted from their Twitter account because nobody from Lucid reaches out to me with any type of information whatsoever at all. Walter 66, did I understand correctly that Nikola's paying Trevor's legal bill? Yeah, it's part of his contract. They have to, but they are going to go after him after all is said and done to try and get that money back. Is Nikola considered more an OEM energy company or classify this as a technology company? Can they be all three? Yeah, they can be all three. Absolutely. It's almost like right now they're an energy supplier, is the way they would like to be, and they will be generating hydrogen, but mostly from what Mark Russell said, with partnerships. And it's possible that they may have a few standalone hydrogen stations that they own, but they're going to do them all in partnerships, and then they will be supplying the hydrogen. Skeeterman says he has some cash locked and loaded, and this Walter 66 as the Stealth looks nice. Yeah, the Stealth does look nice. It's pretty. I'd love to see exactly what they're changing on the car, like which parts are, and we're talking about the Lucid now, which parts are actually being changed. But I would really prefer if they would focus on their logistics issues and getting these cars shipped out. I know that it's probably different people working on it, but put up some posts going, "Hey, we figured this out," or something. So, Deep's still in shock that Peter gets $500 million from Lucid a year. He does and he doesn't. That was the amount of the stock award that was given to him last year, but then the stock went down. So right after that, the stock was not worth that much. When it was awarded to him, it was worth that much, but that was when it was much, much higher than it is now. I don't know what price it was, but still, it's a startup company, and I think that probably was too much. And from my understanding, it was based on where the stock price was, as opposed to something more important, like how many cars have you delivered, and not produced but delivered, because I don't even know if they're counting the produced cars that are sitting in the lot that are possibly not finished. So let's see. Finally saw a Lucid in the suburbs of New York on bumpy roads. Felt sorry for the car. Car handles bumps pretty well, though. I will say that. The car is good. So I was very pleased and surprised when I drove the GT. And I opened it up. So it wasn't a Lucid test drive. It was a free-for-all, which I've got a video on that if you guys ever want to look at it, if you haven't. All right. So I think we're just about ready to call it. You guys had some good questions come up, and I like that. I like to see that. If you got any more, put them in the comments, put them in the chat. I'll answer it. Someone else will. Take a look at that video that I sent in the chat at around 30 minutes or so. Just look for it. Watch that video. You're a Nikola fan. You're gonna watch it. You're gonna want to see that. Okay. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for being here. We will see you tomorrow for our next live stream. Thanks for watching.